Listen, bottom line, you can't be out there when it come down to dating. You can't. You gotta strike fear in your partner's heart, and that's it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, hi, thanks for coming back. Think about it. I'm dead ass. That's how I go. You can't sit there and be some ugly fugly dude, and you dating a bad chick, and think she not violating you. That's how I go. And you can't be no ugly fugly girl dating some high class dude and thinking he not violating you. That's just how I go. You gotta scare each other into being loyal and faithful. That's it. That's how it is. You think I'm lying? It's the fucking truth. No way is about it. A million people been through it. A million people have it. That's just how it goes. Period. I'm sorry. Like, and there's no, oh yeah, that's from your experience and this is that. No, bruh, no. Everybody wants to know that their partner is wanted by somebody else. And even if you don't, a lot of people lie. Think about it. How many times have you seen some weird looking couple? And matter of fact, it's not even about a weird looking couple. Like, I'll sit there on a train. Shorty will be really like a five. Dude chilling. She'll look at me. All of a sudden, he do a backflip into her lap. He's sitting on her lap, holding her face to face. I can't even see her no more. Not saying that I'm looking at her to engage in her, but shit, maybe she's sitting behind the damn subway mat. Maybe I don't know where I'm getting off on my stop. But that's how I go. Like, everybody wants to think that everybody is wanted. That goes back to everybody swearing, that everybody's a 10. Online, yes, everybody's a fucking 10 online because you could sit there, you could do whatever the hell you want to do and make yourself look good. In person is kind of a different story. Like, and then on some everyday stuff, remember, every day people don't got it. You know who got it every day because you can tell by the wardrobe, you can tell by how you carry yourself. Because, some people like to sit there and say, oh man, I'm filthy rich, but I dress like I'm homeless. No, you homeless, bro. Like, you look like you homeless. Like, that's it. That's it. You might be filthy rich, but like the thing is, you don't have to show nobody nothing. But when you in front of me like that, you just look like you homeless. Like, I don't care about none of the metaphors and none of that shit. Like, did you wash your ass today? Like, you're not doing that. Like, that's not how it goes, bro. All these little tricks of the trades and all these little weird things. That's not how it goes. Like, that's a problem. Like, people don't live in reality. Like, you create these fucking bubbles to where you maximize your potential. Oh, that was crazy. Think about it. Let's go back to a school aspect. Big bubble of popular kids, big bubble of sports kids, big bubble of, and in those of weird kids. Guess what? In that bubble of weird kids, in the bubble of sports kids, in the bubble of let's just say what the popular kids, there were people that were at the top of that bubble. There were people that were the best of that crew, and that's what it looks like happened to society. Everybody sits around with their crew. You got like 3, 4 people that you really know, like on a daily basis, and you're like, yo, where the it crew? So you kind of ignore the rest of the world, and the rest of the world could look at you crazy. Not saying that nobody's opinion matters, because the opinion don't matter. But this is just a little bit of reality, because at the end of the day, when you break through that, that's when you start seeing different things. You start experiencing different parts of life. And that's the whole point. The whole point is to maximize your life, like to live your life. How can you live your life if you're the you're the best trapper on your block? Literally, like a 350-foot block. That's yours. You that dude. You've been there for 20 years. Sounds scary, but it's true, man. Some people like don't be satisfied with nothing. Some people are just satisfied with nothing. Like, when you open your eyes, you good, man. There's so much out there, so much to see, so much to do. And there's no influence. I'm not trying to influence you. There's nothing. You got enough people in the world trying to influence you. Shit. But we're gonna talk back about the about the ugly people. No, not the ugly people, like the relationships and stuff like that. It's really, really like that. Like, if you don't believe me, think about your past relationships. You ever been cheated on? A lot of times you get cheated on because somebody sits there and they give your partner another option, and they give your partner an option to where they make it seem like that option is better than you. That's all it is. It's not even nothing crazy, because half the time when you see somebody, they don't look better than you. The girl doesn't look better than the guy. The guy doesn't look better than the girl. Like, you can be with a girl and you pulled better girls than her, more attractive females than her. But that's just somebody that you connect more to. So you've been with her longer. You have more in common with her. And she could dead cheat on you with somebody else. Why? Because in that 2 week, 1 month, whatever the span is, he put that idea in her head. Listen, with me, it's so different. You're not going to be home and be bored. You're not going to be home doing nothing. You're going to be on this jet. You're going to be flying around. We have so much in common. And it's all the conversation. And that's what comes into copy and paste, because you have to be careful. Because if this is a little sauce between the sauce, if a girl sits there and say, hey, I'm very spiritual, guess what? I am too. We're both spiritual now. So now we have so much in common. So now, boom, the dude that's in your house that you love so much, he's not spiritual. Look at him. He's weird. We're not weird. Back to the regularly scheduled program. So now, like I said before, when it's a guy and a girl, all they do in order to fall into that trap is they give you a part. They try to give you something that you think is missing. That's all it is. So you're sitting there and you're talking and you're like, oh, yeah, wow. I don't do this. I don't do that. And in that split second, you think everything is so amazing. Everything will be so different. And then, boom, you're right back at square one. Because a lot of people, men or female, you don't really test the situation, and you can't test it because you're in a whole relationship. So a lot of people don't just say, hey, I'm going to leave this relationship because I want to try something with this person. You let that person test drive you, and that's already the worst case scenario, because the person is looking at you like, huh, like you're violating somebody. Why the hell would I ever value you? So it's just a little bit of sauce that I try to give y'all. And that's just what it is. So there's levels to everything, man. There's levels to all of this. Like, is dating up, dating down? Oh, but trust me, there's problems with dating down too. Because when you date down, say you're a very attractive person and you date down, that person constantly feels insecure, and they constantly feel like they have something to prove to you. And that comes from everything. Like, it comes from everything. Like, they might want to buy you gifts. They may want to get surgery. They may want to do something. You don't know what this person will do to try to get on your level. Like, there's a lot. Like, there's a lot going on. So that's pretty much what it is. Like, there's issues in every single aspect. So that's why you sit there and you have to strike fear in each other. It sounds crazy. It really sounds crazy. But let me take away the fear. It's not really, it's not fear per se. It's just respect. You have to show respect. Listen, I can fuck you over just as good as you can fuck me over. But let's just fuck each other. And that's just what it comes down to. So when you actually find that middle ground, that's what it is. Don't go with a guy that done messed up a million times. Don't go with a girl that done messed up a million times, done tried a million different situations. At the end of the day, when you find that middle ground, you'll be happy. I tell you guys all the time, life is about balance. Don't take nothing I say too serious. Just make sure you come back. That's always the moral of the story. Bring your ass back here.